Today is a historic day on the Film Watcher YouTube channel, for today marks the first day that I'm doing a crossover event with a good friend of mine, CriticalCrouton. It is he.
I was gone, but now I'm here.
Yeah. Alright, so today we are discussing one of our collective favorite films of all time, Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Second favorite. It's up there, but it's not quite there.
What is your favorite movie of all time, Crouton?
Peter Dinklage's Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right. Alright, so this is a great movie, and Crouton, your thoughts on this film?
You know, it's a great movie. The last true herald of stop motion animation, one might say.
Yeah. Also, apparently, it is not really Tim Burton's movie because he didn't actually direct it.
Or write it.
Yeah. It was directed by Henry Selick and written by someone who no one knows the name of, which is sad.
The unnamed writer.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't even credited. Anyway, so, yeah. But, I mean, Tim Burton did work on the story. It was based on a book that he wrote. And weirdly enough, when I last watched the movie, which was 2 days ago, it somewhat feels like it's written like a children's book with some of the dialogue there. It feels like it's meant to be read with like, you know, the basic sentence structure of a children's book. So, yeah, it is a great movie.
A lot of the shots look like they're from children's books.
Oh, yeah,
so.
yeah.
You could put that on there, you could put that on there. Just take the book and put a shot from the movie on the cover. Basically any screenshot, and it'd work.
And like, so there is a version out there of the story that Tim Burton wrote, and I'm not sure if it was drawn before the movie or after the movie, but it seems like it was drawn after the movie because, I mean, a lot of the art in there is heavily based off of the movie, or perhaps the movie was based on it. I'm not sure. I'll have to fact check that.
But as I said before, the stop motion animation, it's the final catalyst of the whole art form.
It is unbelievable. This is I haven't seen that many stop motion animated films, but this is probably my favorite of all time. And
it's just a question of effort, and they put all of it in at once.
Yeah. If you see the bonus features of this movie, it is unbelievable how painstaking some of the animation was to actually do.
Like 50 faces for Jack.
Oh yeah.
Oogie Boogie is just a giant metal object. It took them like 10 minutes to bend him for one frame.
And they had like, you think that was the reason that Oogie Boogie wasn't in that much of this movie?
Probably.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's insane. They had to replace every face of Jack's, like, for every single shot, and there was like one face where he's like opening his mouth super wide and screaming that is either used once or twice in the movie, and that must have been like a nightmare to do. Hey, nightmare.
The nightmare. Yeah. The nightmare of animation before Christmas.
Indeed. Yeah. This movie did look pretty hard to make, and you can just see the effort on the screen. Weirdly enough, the movie is only like 75 minutes-ish. It is tight. It is compact. Like
75 minutes of quality.
Oh yeah. Like it is all great. There's no like unnecessary subplots. There's no lingering on anything. It goes pretty quickly, which you could say that that's a detriment because it feels like it's, but weirdly enough, it never feels like it's going too fast as opposed to other movies.
The pacing's phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
Everything needs to happen, and they managed to make everything that needs to happen quickly, but not so quickly that you think it's happening too fast. Which, that's a combination of things that really should not be possible, but become possible through this movie anyway. It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, it's a really funny movie that I've seen many times, and you have too, right?
It's a funny movie.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious. Like, there's some really dark and messed up stuff in there, which one could expect from Tim Burton. Like, there's these 3 little kids that sing an entire song.
They want to kill Santa.
About, like, torturing Santa Claus, and this is, like, a PG-rated movie.
I can relate. I'd do that if he came down my chimney. I don't even have a chimney.
Right, yeah, neither do I.
Exactly. So how's he getting in?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a bit of flawed logic with that.
Crowbar.
Yeah, yes, I'm sure he uses a crowbar to get into the houses that don't have chimneys. Yeah.
If we continue on the point of the score, though, Who Boy
Oh man. Yeah.
slaps
Like,
one after another.
Danny Elfman he's such a great composer. He's obviously done a lot of collaborations with Tim Burton, like with Batman and other movies. I'm not sure. I think not Sweeney Todd. Definitely Willy Wonka. No, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Get those two mixed up.
They're different.
Yeah, there's the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory from no crap. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is the one that Tim Burton made, and then there was one in the 70s with Gene Wilder that was called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Anyways, have you guys ever heard of The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah.
One after another, though, they're bangers. All of Jack's songs sound very similar to each other, yet none of them use the same motifs, or none of them use the same motifs as heavily as other thematic songs.
Yeah.
All of them sound like Jack, but none of them sound the same, which, another thing, practically impossible to do, but they do it anyway.
And were you aware that Danny Elfman, the composer of the film, did the singing for Jack, but there's a different guy that voiced him,
and
the speaking lines?
The transitions are great, too.
Oh, yeah.
Barely can tell them apart. There's barely a difference.
Mm-hmm. Which is weird, because I'm really not sure what Danny Elfman sounds like regularly. Like, I haven't actually heard him speak in a normal voice, because I think the only time I've ever heard him speak is this movie. And he does some weird voices in this movie, like the little devil kid voices him. No, the skeleton kid.
That's also Danny Elfman?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What does this man not do?
Direct.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't know. You got, the opening song of This Is Halloween is, wow. Like,
It's been covered a bunch. It is probably the one true Halloween song. Just play it over and over and over and over all the time, all throughout October. Never get sick of it.
And I usually don't watch this movie like on repeat all the time, so I kind of forget that song is so good. But it's so good.
It's so good.
Oh, it's animated really well. Oogie Boogie just gets a cameo.
They use all the side characters.
Oh yeah.
All the side characters are great too.
They use like so efficiently throughout the movie, like, and they sort of represent something with Jack about like his contrasting views of whether he wants to be happy and joyful or, you know, dangerous and scared.
You gotta think too. Jack doesn't say a single word the whole time. It waits to set him up until after.
Oh yeah.
This is to set up the rest of the town. Jack is just this ambiguous figure for the first like 5 minutes of the movie, who's just supposed to represent someone massive in esteem, held high in grandeur and all that.
Yeah, and then he actually gets the time to say who he is and what he wants in the song that's officially titled Jack's Lament, which is beautiful. Like, it's such a good song.
Yep. It's reprised in Poor Jack a little bit.
Yeah.
But not so much that they feel like the same song, which, once again, no motifs, really. It's amazing. And,
like, I mean, motifs can be good.
Yeah.
But, like, there are many, many works where motifs have been, like, the center of the music, but here it doesn't really feel necessary because all the music is so good.
Don't get me wrong, motifs effectively utilized are some of the greatest works of music I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, but absolutely. Star Wars.
Yep. Anyway, guys, you ever hear of The Nightmare Before Christmas? One more. We gotta talk about Oogie Boogie's song. Such a stander-outer from that.
It doesn't sound like anything else from the movie, which is interesting because Oogie Boogie is like nothing else from the rest of this movie. Like, he's mentioned a couple times throughout the movie, and I found it interesting on my last rewatch of the film when Lock, Shock, and Barrel send this weird looking green bug thing down his shaft. He looks like he sucks it up a little bit. And you just think in the back of your mind, oh, he ate the bug. And then when his burlap sack gets ripped off in the climax, and the bugs all like fall out of him. You can see that little green bug crawling out, and it's like, oh, he became part of him. And then he gets squashed by Santa Claus, which is funny.
Who knew the bug could be so good at smooth jazz, though? I tell ya, he's swinging. He's gonna put Santa into his soup. That's what the song's about. He's gonna make some soup, and he's gonna put Santa in there because he's hungry.
Snake and Spider Stew, I believe it's called.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think that lyric was actually included in the
No,
movie,
it's
just
just
the
in the soundtrack
one.
version.
Yeah. And there's a lot of differences between the movie soundtrack and the movie, the actual movie. Because at the beginning, the narrator, I'm pretty sure it's Danny Elfman, although it might be someone else. I don't know.
It's somebody.
Yeah, and then in the soundtrack version, it is Patrick Stewart, which is really, really weird. Did you know that?
I'm from Star Trek. That's what Patrick Stewart says.
Yeah.
And Peter
Sure.
Dinklage's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
You know what? We need to see Peter Dinklage's The Nightmare Before
We
Christmas.
really
That would
do.
be interesting. Him as Jack Skellington.
He's every character.
Oh yeah.
And the director.
Yeah.
That man does everything.
Oh yeah.
With such little height.
Indeed. When people call him Elf, he beats him up, runs across the table, and kicks him in the face.
Anywhere. Have you guys ever heard of The Nightmare Before Christmas?
It's a great movie.
It's
We
a
should
gr-
talk about it sometime.
Yeah, we should talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's a great movie.
It is a great movie.
Oh, I do have to mention, in a movie with a lot of really good lines, my favorite one has to be when the mayor says, "Jack, please, I'm only an elected official. I can't make decisions by myself." That was just funny. It's not a super necessary line, but it just amuses me.
Really shows how we live in a society.
Are you going all Joker on me?
What do you get when you cross a mayor who can't make decisions by himself with a society that doesn't understand Christmas? I'll tell you what you get. You get I can't.
It's just
I'm fine.
masterful.
I'm fine.
Oh, man. All right. You guys ever heard of the Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, it's good to talk one more time though about
Yeah.
Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
The way they set him up is really good.
Yeah.
Cause he's the big bad in a town full of characters who you would call the big bad
Yeah, like
in any other
The
movie.
devil's in there, Mr. Hyde, who for some reason has multiple tiny Mr. Hydes hidden in his hat.
There's 4 vampires,
Oh, yeah.
and he's badder than all 4
They
of
all
them.
sing together. Yeah.
If you put them all together, he would still be badder than
Yeah.
all of them.
There's that weird Harlequin thing whose mouth opens like that.
He's
like
awesome.
A high hat. Oh yeah.
It's my favorite character.
Yeah.
He makes a
Makes
hat
sense.
out of an old rat.
Yeah.
Have we talked about that?
Oh yeah. No, I don't. I don't think we have.
We got to do that stat.
You're just rhyming with hat.
Yes.
Great.
Making Christmas. We got to talk about that
That's a
one
great
now that we've
song.
gotten to there.
Yeah.
I tell you, if there's one way you can set up how bad they're doing, this is it.
Yeah. Like
It's-
they make gifts out of a dead turtle. There's this one scene where they're like hitting something with a chain and sawing it, and it just turns out to be this just creepy looking doll.
Yep.
It's really weird.
It's primarily
Awesome.
Jack's folly that's leading to all this. It's that he wants them to do Christmas, but he doesn't want to go through the effort to make them understand.
Yeah.
Or in a way, it's that he knows he can't make them understand. That special kind of feeling in Christmas land, as he famously says. But
Oh well.
they mess it up to such a degree that the National Guard shoots him out of the sky,
Oh,
which
yeah.
probably is the most absurd part of the
That's
movie.
the one thing that doesn't really make sense. Like, there's just a weird looking skeleton dude walking around and putting creepy things in people's houses, and they feel the need to call in the military.
You've
to
got
shoot it out
to
of the
question
sky.
how willing would the National Guard really be willing to come in on Christmas to quote shoot a skeleton dressed as Santa Claus out of the sky because he's committing acts of terror upon local civilians?
You mean committing war crimes?
No,
Whatever. Or
they're
at
not,
least-
it's not a war crime
least they'd
to give children shrunken heads.
Okay, well, they
Actually,
brought in
maybe it is.
They brought in the military to deal with it, so it
probably
might be.
is.
Yeah, I don't know. No, that's not a war crime. It's just a regular crime, which is better.
But making Christmas, guys, that's what we're talking about here.
Yes.
Everything about it works out, including the fact that the mayor still really doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah.
In every song he's in, he talks about how everything is great, but he's always riding on some kind of vehicle while everyone else is working.
Yes, as he says in the
film.
film.
He's only an elected official. He can't make decisions by himself.
Nope.
Or work. But you do understand. You got tiny little arms.
Yeah.
Looks like if a Tyrannosaurus Rex had a child with geometry.
Right.
Because he's a triangle.
He is indeed a triangle.
Yep.
He's really like a cone. He's
three-dimensional. He's conular.
Yes, that is indeed a word.
It is a word.
It is a word?
Yeah.
Nice.
What's this? Hoo boy.
Oh man, that is a good song.
One of the best scenes in the movie, just in terms again of how much it stands out from other scenes.
Yeah, because everything in the movie is really, really dark, and Tim Burton figured, okay, fine, I gotta please the market. I gotta add in something bright and colorful and happy.
No, he didn't decide that. He didn't direct the movie.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he made the movie.
Peter Dinklage made the movie.
Of course he did.
Tim Burton just stole it. Anyway, guys.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
what's this is a great scene.
It's astonishing too what they can do with just this one location. How much different they make it from Halloween Town and Oogie Boogie's lair, which are the the only three locations that are ever used in the film, aside from the real world. But which is another like location. It's 4 locations.
Scene.
But what's this? It perfectly tonality-wise, it perfectly establishes how happy Jack is about this. This goes against every orthodox idea of what he represents, and he is just amazed and beguiled, and some other word by it. Yeah, mesmerized is a good one.
The town meeting song does a really good job to set up, the conflict of the movie, in that the town not understanding Christmas in the slightest, and Jack is kind of the cause of that, because he just mutters aside to himself, well, I may as well give them what they want, which is kind of what causes him to be shot down out of the sky by the military.
As a song, though, I don't feel like it's a song to work as a song. It's good for the scene, but as a song, the only good part is where extra tiny Mr. Hyde says, "Is it rotted and covered with gook?" Because I really like the word gook and how he says gook in the movie. I'm a bit of a gooky guy.
I don't think I've ever heard the word gook used outside of this movie.
Schleim.
You guys ever heard of the Nightmare Before Christmas? Okay.
I'm a bit of a goopy guy.
Yeah, whatever. Kidnap the Sandy Claus is a song.
We talked about that one already.
No, we didn't.
We kinda did.
We did? We briefly
We talked about it enough. We could mention it a little more, maybe.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this creepy little kids who have a lair, and they're just scheming ideas to find and torture Santa Claus, and in some cases kill him. Like, I mean, Jack only asked them to bring them back to him, and they're thinking, oh, this is an opportunity for us to murder this man.
I also really love the juxtaposition with Lock, Shock, and Barrel, in that they all wear masks, but they're all scarier with the masks off.
It is true. Those cheap plastic masks.
Blast them. They're horrifying.
Oh yeah.
Generally, with the masks they're fine. Without the masks, they're horrible. Especially Barrel.
Oh yeah.
That little round face, little pie face looking dude.
Yeah, and especially when he hides in like the shadows in the corner, he's just like.
Yeah. In that song in particular, since they have 3 guys to animate instead of 1, there's a lot of times where Barrel's kind of just standing there.
Oh yeah.
He gives off a threatening presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of the time he's just kind of being kicked around by the other two.
It's freaky.
I mean, they're all voiced by like people who were in their 30s and 40s at the time. They don't sound anything like kids, but they're not normal kids. They're weird demon spawn that exists to torture and destroy. You know, I kind of want to see a backstory on Lock, Shock, and Barrel, but at the same time, I don't. Because,
It'd be cool, but it's also a Disney movie from 2002, so I don't think they're going to do much more on it right now.
1993.
Okay, man, look, I'm more used to the Peter Dinklage version,
Of course,
alright?
yeah,
So,
which
just
did come
cut
out
me
in
a break.
2002.
Cut me a break, alright?
Yeah. Also, I think it's okay, because, you know, Disney likes to make sequels and remakes
Like
of
Aladdin.
their properties.
Remember when they remade Aladdin?
Yeah. I
That was
do.
a good movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
You should. It's actually not that bad.
Yeah, I heard Will Smith is pretty good.
Yeah, Will Smith is pretty good.
Not the Lion King, though.
Yeah.
They made him real lions.
Yeah, that's true.
That sucks.
Or Mulan. I hate Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan's the bad one, I heard.
Yeah.
Of
Well,
the three of them, it's the worst.
It is the
one I've
worst
heard.
movie I have ever seen.
Anyway, guys, you ever hear of The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like this movie is one that's better left untouched. Like all Halloween classics, they're making a sequel to Hocus Pocus. There's been talks of sequels of Beetlejuice.
I'd like to see sequels of those. Those were good movies.
I just watched Beetlejuice yesterday. It's terrifying.
Banana. Best scene in the movie.
Right, banana.
They make them stand up and sing the Banana Boat song by Harry Belafonte.
That probably was the best scene in the movie.
Yeah.
It also featured Catherine O'Hara, who voiced 2 characters in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Speaking of that, we gotta talk about Sally.
Oh, yeah.
How can we not talk about Sally? My least favorite character in anything ever.
Really?
I don't like her that much. I don't know why everyone thinks her one song is so good.
I don't think it's that good.
I don't.
I mean, it's not bad. I like it.
We haven't talked about her songs either. We're really leaving her out, aren't we?
Yep. Yeah. Sally is good.
She's good.
Yeah. I mean, I think
I like the parts where she uses the fact that she's Frankenstein. S.
Sort of. Yeah.
For some reason, I guess Oogie Boogie likes feet, which I really didn't want to know that.
Yeah.
But still,
that was weird. That's like,
I do like the part though where he finds out it's fake and so he just sucks. Which I don't know why being made of bugs means you can do that, but I wish I was made of bugs so I could do that.
Yeah, that might be cool.
Goes, you try to make a dupe out of me, and then he makes a tornado with his mouth.
Yeah, he's just like, he just like expands.
That's not what he does. He would never do that. He
spreads his arms and he opens his mouth and he says "rah." That is what he does. Oh, Dr. Finkelstein.
Dr. Finkelstein.
He is awesome.
That's the one side plot, and it's the best thing in the entire movie.
It's funny.
I like the part where he's kissing the half of his brain he just took out to put in the female version of him, and then it falls on his lips, and then it just cuts to the next scene.
I mean, it falls on his beak snout thing.
He says curiosity killed the cat as a positive. That's always great.
Also, he repeatedly says in the movie that Sally poisoned him when really all she did was give him sleeping potion.
Yeah, but I mean, it's poison.
Yeah, but
why do you think it puts him to sleep?
I don't know.
It's called deadly nightshade.
Okay, then why doesn't it kill him?
Because they're all dead. It's Halloween
Is he
town.
dead? Not all of them are dead.
He rips out half of his brain and puts it in something else. What do you think? He's not dead?
I don't know. I figure he's just in like a state of purgatory or something and is allowed to live in the real world.
Literally, one of Jack's famous lines is, "Since I am dead, I can take off my head to recite Shakespearean quotations." And you're about to tell me they're not dead? Come on, man. I thought you were the film watcher. Not the film idiot. Anyway,
that's
you ever
saying...
hear The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Yeah, but that's saying that Jack is dead, not that everyone is dead. Like, there's this wolf dude who's not dead.
We're still going. Fine, but you can presume he's dead.
Well, maybe, yeah. Also,
I like his soup obsession.
Oh, yeah.
He's a big fan of soup.
Yeah, he just... Wait a minute. Sally gives him a spoon, yet he picks it up and drinks it straight from the bowl.
Yeah.
What is up with that?
Soup fan.
No
spoon can restrain a soup fan.
Of course. He has an assistant named Igor, who is really funny.
Doesn't Igor only show up once?
Yeah.
What does he even do?
He says, "Master the plans," and gives him the plans, and then Finkelstein gives him a dog treat.
He's got the funny voice.
Master, the plans. He sounds like a Muppet.
The amount of veins that just stuck out in your neck, man.
Actually, one of the members
Looked
of that
like a
weird...
goddamn juice box.
Wait, oh yeah, I get it.
It's like I can't even recreate it.
Come on, man, you got it. No.
Yeah, can't even do it. Just got
Yeah.
too thick of a neck. Not you though.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Sure. All right.
It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Solid. I give it 9 out of 10 skeletons.
You could have said pumpkins and it would have been fine.
No.
All right.
Why is Jack the Pumpkin King? He's a skeleton.
He lives in a pumpkin graveyard with a bunch of pumpkins.
Never mind. We can't keep doing this.
I don't know.
I wish he was the Skeleton King.
He likes pumpkins.
There's no other skeletons there either. What's the deal with
I
that?
don't know. Maybe they wanted to make him unique.
How are him and Sally even gonna work out? He's a skeleton.
I don't know.
He ain't got no flesh. She got flesh. Actually, she kind of
No,
sleeves.
she has like
Kind of sleeves.
and rags. What is she even made of?
Leaves and like
Outside of
leather.
what's her skin?
Leather? I
Leather.
don't know. I mean that
Leather.
it's thin
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah.
but they sew it back together. So actually, no, it can't be leather.
And she breaks very easily.
Some kind, yeah. When she falls down, she breaks. So it can't be cloth.
Well, she also jumped out of a building, so
Yeah, but leather won't break if you throw
Yeah,
it
but
off a building.
It was sewn together with presumably thread. Yeah.
Maybe leather wouldn't, but a cow probably would. So yeah, I can see where that would go. I could see where that would work.
Yes, presumably if you chucked a cow out of that weird looking tower thing that he lives in,
Beef.
I mean, it'd turn into beef at some point. I mean, if a cow dies,
Why waste the cow?
Are you gonna have a funeral for it?
Maybe. What if it's a very beloved cow that you just so happen to push out?
I
It'd
don't
be
know.
so hard to push a cow on your window.
Especially if it was resisting or just not doing anything at all.
They weigh like 1,000 pounds. You'd have to get like 3 guys to accidentally fall into it at the same. Okay. Anyway, guys, you ever hear about conclusion?
All right,
Yeah.
The Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween classic.
It is.
It's awesome.
Perhaps the only one. The Halloween and Christmas film.
Yep.
Watch it for 3 months instead of 2.
Or 1, depending on your holiday traditions.
Wait, yeah, 1.
Yeah.
Also, don't watch it in November.
Yeah, because that.
Wait, no. So yeah, just 2. Just
Obviously-
2 months. Wait,
I mean, you could watch it in
is
November.
September between October and December? No, I was right
No.
the first time. It's November.
you could-
Don't watch it in November, okay? Because
people start.
Halloween and Christmas are not even in November.
Yeah, but people start preparing for Christmas in November, and
Yeah.
they end Halloween celebrations in November.
Don't watch it until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
If you're gonna watch it after Halloween.
It just seems more like a Halloween movie.
It's not the Thanksgiving before Christmas after all.
Mm.
Peter Dinklage is working on that one right now.
Yeah. That's what the sequel would be. Jack tries to adopt Thanksgiving, or Disney just
You
being
see Thanksgiving in the movie.
Yeah.
You see
Or
the door.
Easter.
It's there.
Disney being the greedy conglomerate that they have become. They'd probably do that at some point.
They'd probably make a live action version.
Or a musical. Actually,
A musical would be great.
Yeah, a musical.
It's
would be
already
good.
a musical.
Yeah, but then they'd have to extend it. They'd have to add in like unnecessary subplots.
Mm.
It would be great for like a junior musical that middle schools do.
I mean, I don't know. There's like 6 core songs. I feel like that'd be enough.
Yeah. Yeah, but if they wanted to do, usually musicals are like 2.5 hours, so I
Yeah.
can't picture it. The Nightmare Before Christmas, the 2.5 hour version.
Yeah.
Actually, they're doing like a concert version with Billie Eilish. It's Sally.
What?
Yeah.
What?
You haven't heard about this?
I could see that actually.
Because she's Billie Eilish. Or is-
William Eyelash.
Yeah. Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson,
Yeah.
baby. You ever watch The Office?
I did watch The Office.
That's a good show.
It's a good show. Yeah.
Rainn Wilson is Dwight.
He is
He goes,
indeed.
Michael? Speaking of Michael,
Yes.
he's Steve Carell, who is not... Fun fact about The Office and The Nightmare Before Christmas, they aren't related.
Right. As we should
How many
remember
times-
when
how
doing
many-
a review.
How many times have we tried to end this video?
Several for the past 5 minutes.
All right,
All
guys.
right. Yeah.
It's time for us to go.
Yeah.
We've got things to do.
Like what?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things to do. Okay.
Watch The Nightmare Before Christmas again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Got things to do.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do this again.
Yeah, we
Maybe
should.
when Peter Dinklage makes a sequel.
Yep.
Yep.
I guarantee when Peter Dinklage makes the sequel to The Nightmare Before Christmas that he is inevitably making, we will be back.
We
to
will be
review
back.
that film. Oh yeah.
Peter Dinklage, I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
It's been 7 years since you announced it
Make that movie,
on
Peter Dinklage.
Dinklage.net.
Yeah.
Do you not go on Dinklage.net?
Not usually.
You should go on
Sometimes. I should.
Dinklage.net.
I gotta check it out.
Alright, guys, buy my merch at Dinklage.net, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah. All right. Signing off. What
Yep.
does that even mean?